Welcome back, fans and friends. For this upcoming video, I have Team Transport number 79. So this one will be the Kosoku Hauler. I apologize to the Japanese viewers if there are any. And the Toyota Soarer. So this car, I recently, I've never actually heard of it, but it is one of those vehicles that was only sold in Japan, competing with, I do believe, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT and certain versions of the RX-7 shared a similar layout. The previous generation, so this is a third generation Soarer, would have looked a lot like the Nissan R32 Skyline, and it does share some aesthetics with it, as well as being extremely dimensionally similar to the RX-7, the 3000 GT, and the Skyline itself. 3000 GT though and the Skyline were available in four-wheel drive, and this one is only front engine and rear-wheel drive. And it does have an automatic transmission standard, but you could also get a manual transmission in a more performance-oriented version. So with the three cars that they released with this series, we have there the one here, Toyota Soarer, the DMC DeLorean, as well as the Audi S4 Quattro. I'm still waiting for Mattel to release the Lancia S4 Delta. Integrale, not Integrale, S4 Delta. But anyway, they're getting there. Very close. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open it. We're going to take a look at it. The transporter. So I do see that the transporter, unlike a lot of the other transporters available in the sets, does actually offer us, and I will quickly go over this. I happen to have the 3000 GT from Premium as well right here, so we're not gonna spend too much time comparing it, but I will just show the similarities in design philosophy, aesthetic layout, and other things. So as you can see here, this transporter is quite heavy, although you have to remember there is an additional car in it. It does come with this insert that you just literally just pull it out. You can just see it there, the groove. And last but not least, this unusual feature here, this plastic addition, which, as you can see, does not want to make taking the car out easy. And so there you have this little weird insert here. It goes on top there, I guess, to keep this obviously from moving around inside there while it's still in the package, and you don't want to get it damaged. This is a little bit on Mattel's thing. These are like 20 bucks, so they're not super cheap. Anyway, so before I start, I just want to say this vehicle, unlike the 3000 GT, which is right here, which was exported to North America, the Toyota Soarer was only exported as the Lexus SC. So therefore there are no left-hand drive vehicles. You could just see there, steering wheel's on the right, as is the gas cap. So I brought up before, if you're gonna drive a car, you want to fill up on the side of the driver where the gas cap is. But if the car is made for a different market, obviously that rule applies to their market, and you can just see the driver, same side as the gas driver. Anyway, I will start with the review. You can see there's a lot of damage on this car. You can just see there the reflection. It is not smooth, it is not even, which is quite disappointing. Now if you're going to leave it in the package, it's not going to be too much of an issue. So just off the bat, we do see that it is relatively easy to see inside the cabin. The plastic is really well done, but there are certain other parts of the panels here that are not well done. Anyway, the Soarer logo is, I believe, is the lion with the wings. I forget on which mythology. It's Greek mythology, but it's in Egyptian mythology. It would have been the Sphinx, but the Sphinx has a human head, doesn't have a lion's head. This one actually has entirely a lion's head. You can just see there the tail, wings, and its legs. It is striking forward with its front right paw. Anyway, the lights are, I've complained about this endlessly, and you can just see there. I thought that was damaged, but we'll see on the other side. But it is the worst of the 3D light printing that they use. Looks like a dot matrix printer. It is very fuzzy, very uneven, and it does not look good. Greenlight does this so much better, and now they're almost the same price. So that is disappointing. And like I said here, the panels look very rough and unfinished. So I believe these cars are made, they are made in Thailand. They're not the usual Malaysia, which does Mattel's lower end, and Thailand will do their so-called premiums. Rear view mirrors on the other side, which is great. Nice and easy to see into the cabin. You have there the washer fluid and the wipers molded into the front bottom of the windshield, which is great. You have there the grille. Just do a little panorama there, and so it's not damaged. It's just a little indicator, but it is gray, so it does look kind of weird. Onto the left side of the car, so this will be the opposite to the driver. This will be the passenger side. Like I said, it's a domestic vehicle for the market of Japan. Replaced actually 3 versions. So this is a coupe, obviously the 2 doors, give that away. It is also the sports car, and it is also what they call a Grand Tour, and was marketed as such. Had, I believe, between a 2-liter and a 3-liter engine, depending on the package bought. So it could obviously do all of those things. So why I do believe it's closer to the 3000 GT rather than the Galant is obviously the 2 doors. And the one thing though, actually, in fact, it is closer to the Skyline is the fact that it seats 4. 3000 GT only seats 2, so therefore it is quite similar but not exactly competing. And the other thing as well is they're actually very physically in dimensions nearly the same size. So, I mean, there's that as well. Anyway, I'll stop ranting. It's just my opinions and just basically from somebody who, like I said, never heard of the car before, and it looks similar. So the RX-7 and the 3000 GT would be closer to each other, and the Skyline would be closer to this. Anyway, you see there, spoiler molded into the back. Nice and easy to see. You can just see there, 4 seats. There's the 2 back seats. Nothing on the rearview mirror, so it's not shiny like occasionally, not all the time, the green light does. Spoiler does not run the full length of the end to end, like it does in the 3000 GT. And then there we have finally the Toyota symbol, and you have there YOTA, the last 4 letters of Toyota. And I want to read what those little letters say. You can just see there. I thought it'd be easier to read. Like the letters are plain, but I guess it doesn't make sense to me if they're arranged in such a way as to make a word. Soarer is on the above right rear light, brake lights. That is her symbol, like I said, and you can just see there a little bit of excess ink, let's just say, and then the bubble jet style. Dot matrix style printing ink onto the back of the car. I don't know why they have made no effort to improve this quality. And finally onto the right side. So we do have there these 3 stripes, the orange, red, and yellow. And they are mimicked by the transporter, the hauler, the Kosaku hauler over there. We will get into that very briefly. And there's the gas cap on the driver's side. Underneath the car, I do believe that is where the spare tire goes. You have there Toyota Soarer and 2023, so it's relatively new casting. If their HRT 95. So this is the 3rd generation of the vehicle, which I believe was 1991 to 2000, I believe. It was in production for 8 years. And then the last one was in production from 2001 2005. Just for those keeping aware, like I said, overall the car looks okay. The side windows, you can just see there have a black border, but the black border does not line up with the interior of the bottom, but it does with the top. So once again, the ink printing has sort of shifted while in production, and this carries on with both sides. It just makes it look not as well made as it should have been. So, I mean, if you're a fan of the car, unfortunately, this is okay. It's not great. It does roll because, I know it doesn't do that very well either. So, just for example, look at this one. Look how far it goes. And then this one. So, it's not as well made as some of Mattel's other premium offerings and Mattel's in general. So that's unfortunate, but it is, like I said, there you see there Thailand instead of Malaysia. It should have the little elephant as well somewhere, but I do not see it. Anyway, dual exhaust, and there you see there. For that, like I said, it is a front engine rear wheel drive, so you do supposed to have the transfer case and differential there. And so there you have it, the Toyota Soarer. Like I said, I actually should have probably brought the R33 and compared it to that. It is functionally and competitively similar to that vehicle than actually 3000 GT. I just remembered it's only 2 seats. 3000, while the Soarer is 4 seats, so therefore they actually compete, although the Skyline has the advantage of being entirely 4-wheel drive. There you have the chain, which I believe functionally should hold the car into the hauler. If it was actually a hauler, you have this rear gate here. It does not move, obviously. You can just see there where it stops, where it's supposed to stop. Into the front, you see it is 3 seats. It has a front splitter. I don't know how fast these are supposed to go, but you see there the TOY, and so I guess now that makes sense why the back there says Yoda. So you get the whole Toyota eventually. You have there the front lights, everything 3D printed, and you can just see the dot matrix style nonsense that they use. It's not quite solid. Like I said, Greenlight does it so much better. We'll go down to the right side. You can just see there the colors that we see on the Soarer. The wheels, I forgot to mention on the Soarer, are nothing special. They are just the 2-piece rubber on plastic with the interior rim recessed. See there, large rivets for the side panel, door handle, window border. See, this is what happens when they do it properly. You can just see there the black has been painted onto the border of the window. And it looks nice. I do like the panoramic view. And so the right side is similar to the left side. You have there storage handles. If this was a race car, this would be perfect for that. And the back, finally, you have again toy Hot Wheels. I guess that's what it says on the Soarer. I apologize, I'm not as quick, but yeah, Hot Wheels, there it is. So it's license plate the same size, looks bigger on the truck. And finally, we go to the underside. There you have there 2 massive exhausts. JB M32 for those keeping track. Mattel 2024. So this was released a year. I do actually like this. As you know, I'm not a fan of the Sakura Sprinter. I'm not a fan of the giant truck that comes with a certain bunch of other cars. But this one, in theory, and we're going to test that with the 3000 GT over there, allows you to an unusual triple exhaust there. So if you don't look underneath it, I guess it remains excellent. So the Soarer, as you can see, is actually quite much shorter than this version of the 3000 GT. It does not easily drive back onto the transporter. However, it does have the groove there. So once you do get it inside, it will not move. And then once again, you see there the holders there. You can literally put a second vehicle on that. So it's okay for storage. It looks okay. Like I said, it's highly unusual with the front splitter. I don't know how fast these things are supposed to go. I don't know if that helps with fuel economy, because I've never seen it on regular transport trucks, and they're more numerous. So if it was an issue of increasing its efficiency and or reducing drag, it would be everywhere, like how they put now those side panels underneath trailers for transport trucks. This doesn't do that, so I don't know. It's probably just aesthetic. I do believe, I apologize, this thing here is an add-on. It looks like it is plastic, while the rest of the car, it feels like it's plastic, is metal. Anyway, fans and friends, I brought to you the Toyota Soarer as of Team Transport's number 79 from Mattel. It's okay. There are some damage in imprints on the front of the vehicle, which is disappointing, but I mean, what can you do? Overall, if you're looking for this car, like I said, it's a Supra counterpart in Toyota's library. However, the Supra, as well as being offered in Japan, was also offered, I do believe, in North America and other parts of the world, while the Lexus was a US market version of this car. Probably more expensive, so that justified the cost as they shipped it over, but I don't believe they made left-hand drive versions of the Soarer. So there you have it. This comes from Toronto. Thanks for watching, and till the next one.